Today we are comparing three of luxury's most coveted highlighters. At least they're coveted to me. The first is the new Saint Laurent, the All Hours Hyper Luminize, which I just got in the mail. Then the Prada Glowing Powder, which you know I already love. And then of course, the be all end all, the Chanel Rêve de Camellia. Now I know that's terrible French, guys, but it's the best I can do. We're gonna take a look at these three. We're gonna figure out which one gives you glow, not glitter, and which one's actually worth the splurge. Let's go. Okay, we're gonna start with the Chanel because that is my baseline. I've talked about this product many, many times. Let's start with this because I think this is one of the best highlighters that's ever been created. It is a collector's dream. It's embossed with the camellia flower, Gabrielle Chanel's favorite. The formula is a gel powder hybrid. It's smooth, it's blendable, it's buildable. It gives a soft, luminous, it's like a peachy gold sheen, never sparkly. The wear time on this is really solid. It's about 8.5 hours, 8-9 hours. It's limited edition. When this was created, it was $80, I believe. That's what I have in my records. Nowadays, though, I mean, you have to find it on the secondary market. And it can be, if you can find it, you know, it could be hundreds of dollars, depending on what people want to charge for it. And don't worry, I'm going to give you all the details about formulas and all that stuff in just a second. Let's just get into the products first. All right, so then we have Prada, and I just did a review on the Prada. The Prada actually comes in 3 shades. I have 2 of the shades. This one here is 01. This is the, quote, lightest shade, but it's probably the most neutral, I think. I don't have the third one, so it's a little hard to tell. Now, Prada's light glowing powder is new and very impressive. It has 3 shades, ultrafine micro pixel pearls. Not exactly sure what it is, but that's what they are. And a clean satin finish. No chalkiness, no ashiness. It's a powder, but it feels hydrating thanks to squalene and jojoba. It works really well for drier skin, which I am included in. Wear tested for 24 hours. I got 10 to 12 hours easy out of this. It's refillable packaging. It's Luxe meets sustainable. It is $90, however. But again, it is refillable and the refills are less expensive. So just keep that in mind. Saint Laurent. So this is the new, and it is the All Hours Hyper Luminize. It's cream to powder. It melts into the skin with no texture. It has hyaluronic acid in it and niacinamide. So it acts like skincare when it's highlighting, so wherever you put it. It comes in 4 shades. There's a pink shade, there's a like a bronzier shade, and then there's 69, which is the limited edition shade. So if you are interested in this, when we go through the end of it, 69 is the one you want to buy right away because it won't be available. It gives kind of a lit from within kind of glow that lasts all day. It's $55 and it's really easy to work with. So let's go through the breakdown of all of these, and I will put them all on my face so you can see them. So the Chanel, there's no perfume, there's no talc in it, believe it or not. It is discontinued. There's just 1 shade, that's it. It's a pressed powder with micro shimmers. Call it like a peachy champagne kind of shade. It's 18 months, made in Italy, and it has the fluorogopite in it. In fact, all of these have the fluorogopite in them. Then we have the Prada. There's no talc, but there is perfume. There are 3 shades, and it has squalene infused for like a weightlessness that I've talked about when I did the review. Like it feels like nothing. The packaging is refillable, and you have this gold, silver, which I have things on. I'm sorry, I keep cleaning it, but the minute I pick it up, it gets destroyed. It's a great compact, it's refillable, and you can use the same compact for the eyeshadows versus the highlighters, so you could interchange them. 24 months, made in France. Saint Laurent. No perfume, but it does have talc. So this is the only one that has talc in it. It's a creamy powder, so it feels like almost like a cream, has micro beads in it, a multi-dimensional glow. It has a really cool packaging. I like the white wavy, top of it. You won't have different shades necessarily, but you'll notice that the bronzer, for example, for the Saint Laurent has the brown and this has the white. So you'll know it's a highlighter. At least you have that. And it's 24 months and made in France. The size, the Saint Laurent is 0.18 ounces. The Prada is 0.17 ounces and the Chanel is 0.35 ounces. So the Chanel is twice as big as both the Prada and the Saint Laurent. We're gonna do the Chanel first, and I'm gonna put this on the back of my hand. Here's the Chanel, and I have swatched this 3 times to get this level because highlighters are notoriously difficult to capture correctly on camera. I do have real light, natural light coming in. What it is dismal natural light, but you know, that's the best I can do. So that is the Chanel. The reason the Chanel is my favorite is because it literally it adds glam to any look you have. I'm older, I have texture, everyone has texture, but you know what I mean? Like I have older texture, and this never ever makes it more intense. It never draws attention to imperfections in my skin. It goes on beautifully, and it has a glow to it, but it's not sparkly. It doesn't have glitter in it. It's not like too much. I appreciate that. I would say if you're looking for something that's really like blingy though, it's not gonna be your product because it's definitely a softer looking, elegant glow. Now we're gonna do the Prada. And I'm using the champagne. All right, so that's the Prada. You have to say, I mean, they're very, very close. The Prada has more of a, not shimmer, but it's brighter. Can you see it? Like when I do this, it's a brighter product. The pink that I have, and I will put it on, the pink is not as bright. The pink is a softer look, but it is also technically a little bit deeper. So if you're somebody who is very, very pale, you might feel like, you know, it doesn't work for you as well. But I would tell you, on me personally, I like the pink a little better. So here's the pink, here's the champagne, here's the camellia. You can see that all 3 of them are actually very similar shades. They're not drastically different. But the pink and the camellia, I think, are very close, almost identical. Now we have the Saint Laurent. Now this is shade 01, and like I said, this is different. This is a different shade. I did not pick up the pink. I need to do that, but I didn't have time to get them all, and it took forever to get this here for some reason. I don't know why, but this will show you, we can talk about formula. You can get an idea of how it works on the skin. That is the Saint Laurent. About the Saint Laurent, I think of all 3 of these, and I'm gonna put it on my face, you guys decide. It comes in 4 shades, so it gives more options for everyone. It does melt into the skin. You'll see what happens when I put it on. It has great skincare in it, and it's $55. For the Prada, which is $90 and the same size, although it is refillable, okay? The Chanel is not available. I mean, it's discontinued. So I think the Saint Laurent, I think it's going to appeal to the most people. It's less expensive. It has hyaluronic and niacinamide, which is awesome especially for drier skin. And it literally melts. It looks so beautiful on. So let's just get to it. It's like, Jen, stop talking, put it on your face. I am going to use a pretty dense brush to do this so you guys can see. We'll use the Saint Laurent on this side, and then we'll use the Prada over here, and we'll put the Chanel kind of in the middle. It's going to look a little funny, but at least you can see what it looks like. All right, so here's the Saint Laurent. And again, this is very dense brush. Do you see that glow? Again, it is the glowiest of glows. Now again, this is a different shade than the others. It's white, so it's gonna have more, you know, shine than the other shades. But you're getting the bang for the buck with you're definitely getting your highlighter here. So when you first put it on, it has these micro pearls in it. So the micro pearls, they literally have light reflecting properties, so that what happens is when you turn your head, it literally hits, like these micro beads, actually, the micro pearls, get this pearlescent glow to them. If you're somebody who really hates a strong highlighter, Now again, I used a very dense brush. You will like this less than the other two. The other two are more subtle. But if you're somebody who's looking for something that is a return on your investment, if it's gonna show you that it's a gorgeous highlighter, this one does do that. And believe it or not, it does not accentuate the texture in my skin, even though it has this micro pearlescent look. That's what's impressive about it. Because everyone has texture, and like I said, I am older, and you would think because of these micro pearls, you would have, you would show more texture, but this one doesn't. I think it's the niacinamide and hyaluronic acid that's in it, because it actually works as skincare and it starts to melt into the skin. It's really, I was surprised. I was like, oh, I'm not gonna like this because it's a blingy highlighter. But first of all, I don't use this brush. This is a goat brush. This is a Wayne Goss brush. This is a very dense brush. This is not how I would put my highlighter on. I will actually show you what it looks like with just like a regular brush that I would use. Then we're gonna use the 01 in the Prada on the other side. And you'll see how soft the highlighter is compared to the Saint Laurent. And you'll notice this is 01, which I say is the blingier of the two. Can you see the difference in the type of finish? This is a this is like a pearlescent glow, like radiant finish. And this is a soft, satiny finish. I mean, the Prada has micropixel pearls in it too, but they're described differently. This is micropixel pearls, and then this is the micro pearlescent something. So they use similar language, but the finish is drastically different. This is more of a blingy, pearlescent, look, I'm wearing highlighter, and this is a soft, satiny glow, which reminds me of the Camellia. So you can already tell like which one I am gonna say I like the best, but we'll get to it. All right, and here's the Chanel, and I'm just gonna put it right here. I know it looks a little funny, but you just gotta deal because I don't have another cheek to put it on. You see how this looks very similar to this? It's lighter though. It's softer and lighter. This, of course, is the 01. The 02 looks almost identical to the Chanel Camellia. Now let me show you what it looks like when I just use like a brush that I would use. So here's the Prada. See? Look how gorgeous. And in comparison, like how blingy this looks and how natural and blendable this looks. Because again, I put this on with a super dense brush, but you might want that. I mean, that's the thing. The Saint Laurent can do either for you. The Prada. Now the Chanel. I'll put it in here. I'll just be very glowy. So, where do I find myself with these three? Chanel is the OG. Chanel is the glam heirloom, okay? It is an elegant glow. It's absolutely gorgeous, but it's one shade. It's hard to find. And to be honest, if you have a deeper skin tone, it might not work for you. The Prada brings the same luxury performance and skincare benefits, right? And it's refillable. It's $90. I mean, I get it. And if you're looking for the exact same shade as Camellia, the 02 is eerily close. I mean, here's the Camellia again, and here's the 02. It's not the same, but it's so close. And honestly, the 01 is not that different either. It's more intense, but it's not that different. So both the Pradas that I have, the 01 and 02, the 02 is almost identical to the Camellia, and the 01 is very close. The Yves Saint Laurent, I want you to notice, see how it's melted into the skin? It's not as bright as it was. That's what it does. It starts to literally melt into the skin. Like it just starts to like become, it's the weirdest thing. It like becomes your skin. So at first it looks like, wow, that even the one I put on with the deep, dense brush, you can see it has started to meld. And it does not accentuate texture in a way that most products that give this type of gleam would do. Now, it's still going to accentuate texture, I think, more than the Chanel's or the Prada. But again, so much less than anything that I've seen that has this much bling to it. You're looking for just a really good highlighter that has bling, a little bit more bling to it, go with the Saint Laurent. If you're looking to replicate the Chanel Camellia and you're like me and you love the Chanel Camellia more than anything on the planet, buy the product. At the $90 price point, I get it, but it's refillable and the Camellia is going to definitely cost you more on the secondary market. This one was tough. I have to say, I really do like the Saint Laurent. It's a little tougher because I don't have a shade that's exactly the same, because the white always is more like enhanced. And I think if I had a different shade, you could see how it's like the way that I usually put it on with the softer brush, it really is a lovely highlighter. I just think the little pearlescent nuance that it gives will be something that, like I said, that people who don't like their texture are going to be bothered by it. So I want to call that out. And it also has talc in it. It is the only one that has talc in it. The Chanel doesn't have talc, neither does the Prada, but the Prada has perfume. The Chanel doesn't have any perfume, and the Saint Laurent doesn't have any perfume. The Prada and the Saint Laurent are the same size, but the Prada's $90 and the Saint Laurent's $55, and the Chanel's like impossible to get. So that's why, for me, I would go with the Prada. All right, guys, looking forward to hearing all your thoughts, whether you picked all of these up, whether you have any thoughts about the other shades of the Saint Laurent before I go buy another one, and I think that's it. Thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I really do appreciate it. I hope to see you in another video really soon.